Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin. I'll cover web analysis with Elliott Waves theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on 30-minute time frame, and today we're going to be focusing on the structures starting from the lows of 17.9k around the 13th of October. Since then, the main idea we've had is that this is an A, B and a C upwards. At the moment, I don't think anymore that this is the end of wave B, because we have already taken quite a lot of time here in comparison to that wave A. Why I don't think this is a wave 1 and wave 2? It's just because, again, the time it took to create wave B is so significantly larger compared to the wave A. It doesn't really make too much sense for me, especially if this indeed is still part of this whole structure. It does not really fit into the idea of this being a wave 2. Generally, wave Bs are way longer than wave 2s, and that's why I do have my bias as an ABC. Now, until we get a partner leg of this one up in here, I'm still not looking at the higher time frame structures, because again, we are still within this smaller time frame. It doesn't make any use for your trading if you're just looking at the higher time frames, unless until you get the smaller time frames finished. And at that point, again, we can take a look at the higher time frames as well. Now, we have a couple of different ideas for this structure over here, starting from these lows. Let's go through them again. And local pump is the more bullish way. So let's go to 5 minutes to take a look what we got here. In this one, I've labeled this as a wave 1 still, because again, we had the expectation of being this as, or having this as a wave 1, 2, 1, 2. So overall, 1, 2, and another 5-way structure, giving us the potential of being a wave 1. Of course, it is possible that this is an ABC that we have on the other counts. It makes a lot of sense as well. Getting right below the 1-to-1 extension, we did not tag it, unfortunately. I had my, again, as mentioned on the previous one, I had a take profit here from the lows that we had here for the long possibility. I took my profits here. Did get this half of my position was closed up in these highs, and now I'm just having this stop loss still available. It wicked through my stop loss. It didn't hit, it didn't trigger it for some reason, so I'm still in that game, or still in that long position. Maybe I got a bit lucky there that I did not pick up my stop loss here on Binance at least. We'll see how it turns out, again, if this is indeed going to be a diagonal here that I'm expecting. Again, this fits like a 3-way structure. The only way I can fit that is this, where we have hit the 0.618 extension of this potential ABC in here. Again, this next structure looks very much like a 3-way structure. So if you want to be still bullish on this scenario, the only way to do so is the diagonal in here. We'll see how that turns out. Again, I feel like I need to be shifting my bias to the downside at the moment, because we have already retraced so much of that wave 1 here, more than 786 here. So my bias feels is starting to get down more. Neil had an idea here on a bit higher time frame, that instead of, let's actually take a look at 1 hour, instead of having it as an ABC, we would end something in here as that potential A wave, and then we would start a triangle here. The only issue I have with this is the high RSI here on this potential B leg. Of course, it could be that we don't need to be following the RSI, but for me, I do like that following it. We need to be looking at how this develops. At the moment, there is definitely a possibility that this is going to be something like that, where we have a triangle here in the middle. I got the count here as well. I'm going to show you in just a moment. But yeah, the overall idea could be that we have this as a 3-way structure, 3-way, and then 3-wave. And then we would be creating this as an A, B, and then C wave, getting that partner leg for this first structure over here upwards. So that is definitely still in the books. The only thing, again, concerning me is the high RSI here. Now, on smaller time frame again, as we are talking about the 1-2 possibility, the other possibility here is, of course, that we have A, B, and C ending at these highs. just looking at RSI here on possibly 30 minutes, we can see that again we had a very lowest low here on RSI and the highest high here on RSI as well, meaning that something that before it was something, how do I say again, everything before it is actually something old, and this is building something new instead. So this could be used as a connector wave. I feel like it has potential to be a connector wave on itself, connecting this first structure over here to the next one. I don't think this is a large enough structure to be a complete structure on its own, so that's why I have drawn it this as a potential three-way structure in here. This would give us more sizable comparison between this first structure over to the next one. Also, the target would be below these lows here that we had around the 18.6k, which again would be taken out with this possibility if we are again placing it. So this would be the projection overall what we would be getting. But yeah, that would definitely give us more bias that this whole thing would be a WXY. Again, we did not retrace enough for this to be a ABC of a flat structure, so that's why again WXY overall I think it would look pretty good. But again, for those who don't use Elliott Wave, they just see this as a range, and it possibly breaks down here, taking out the swing failure pattern of this low, getting back up, and then we can be climbing up higher. What if we take out the high here? At that point, I think the local bullish structure is still on its way, and it still has the potential of getting this 1-2 and then blasting off higher. 1.618 extension of this first leg, however, is at 1.618 here at the 20.1k. Not quite sure how we are going to label this in here. Depends, of course, on the smaller time frames, how we're going to get some of the targets in. This is definitely the 1.618 again, would be 1, 2, 3. For that to happen, this would have to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that to get to the 1.618. Pull back for the wave 4, not getting to the wave 1 area here, and then another push higher, and at that point 2.236 would be most likely hit before even the third wave of this would be correct or complete, sorry. And at that point again, we would be looking for fourth and fifth. Of course, higher time frame targets 1-to-1, 20.7k, all the way up to, all the way here, 21.6k. So this would be the target area most generally for that C wave. But we'll see, of course, how that happens, and this structure is here is the most key area. I'm looking for a short possibility here, in my opinion, to get a partner leg for whatever we have here. Having this ending at the 0.618 is just not that common. So I do think that it is very much of a possibility that we are having this as that triangle as mentioned. And now we are getting that pullback upwards, and then I could be shorting against this high here if we are having this as some kind of diagonal here, and then downwards we go. But of course, that is just one idea among the many. But that is pretty much all I'm expecting at the moment of Bitcoin. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Links to my free Discord server in the description below, and for now I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.